Please. Hello survivors. I'm actually making this video because there's been a lot of FRPs lately. Like there's been use of deserters, use of technicians, blah blah blah. I actually did not expect this. I actually did not see anything of this. Because since Wintertide has been out, the FRPs have been massively migrating from Mirage to Wintertide. So here's a little limitations guide. Now we go with the first thing, faction limits. Let's say you want to roleplay as a faction member but don't want to join one. Specifically, let's take as an example the coalition. Simply go to the ranks document and use the rank that says XR, which means that any non-faction members can RP in that rank, and at the same time they aren't in the faction. Faction clothing is soft limits that includes the alumni tops, alumni pants, the USR fatigues. I don't think that's clothing anymore. As long as you RP with the XR rank or be a member of the faction itself. Being an assertor of a faction for a year, commonly not for wastelanders. An example is the military drone, strictly prohibited. You can't keep the uniform, gear or guns, since they are recognizable to the faction you deserted. The USOF states this in the FAQ channel. Because you can RP as a deserter for exclusive items. I remember seeing a USOF deserter would come from New York itself. New York. Now take a map, any map, and calculate the thing that can go from New York to Ohio. Now faction Yi and weapons are not allowed to stand wastelanders because it will be too overpowered for a random group to have an advantage. The weapons are manufactured very far away from Sunrise Islands. An exception is the factions themselves. Now we're going with part 2. General rules. You can't wear camo of any type, or as long as it is patchless, like it doesn't have any flag or rank or whatever, and only covers 50% of the body. You can't own bullet or stab proof vests. RPing as an US, Russian, German, whatever soldier is failed roleplay since we're decades or maybe a century in the future. Over excessive year is not realistic and it's a bit too heavy for your character. Mind your limits. If you are in a combat roleplay situation, try to agree on a combat mechanic. I usually use dices, but when there's some speed typer they just cry about it, they just toxic, I just mute them and shit. Permission to kill is used when you're the loser or winner in a fight. That means you can ask the guy if you can kill him. If he says no, then just wound him and steal his shit. Making yourself a god mode character, like too much positive skills or ignoring some actions, is very prohibited because it's annoying to roleplay. Limit the use of gear or tech. Remember that you're in a wasteland, not a utopian society. Factions are pretty much excluded by this role because they mostly have the tech and they can use it whenever they want. Well, not really. Now we got tips and recommendations. Try to be neutral or slightly negative / positive to others as you wish. Use dices for looting or fighting and other things to keep things balanced. Help people if you want or not. Remember that if you sell things, they will run out now or later. Also, genders are not a thing anymore, so for all of those role players that use a pronoun like they, them, him, her, it's useless. It's okay. Just say you're a woman or a man. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm sorry for the last video. I'm gonna cover the rest of anything in the next video. Bye.